Hello and welcome to a new episode of Geek Lunch Meat. I'm your host Chris, and as usual, it is middle of May we are now. It is a beautiful, warm and sunny day here in England. I hope it's good where you are. The YouTube analytics tell me that we've got viewers from all over the world, which is great. Quite a few of you in the US. So welcome to you all, and I hope you're all well. If you like what you see, don't forget give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel as well. Really help us out a great deal. Um, on with the news, some sad news first of all, with the passing of the legendary Fred Ward, fantastic actor. Films such as Escape from Alcatraz, The Right Stuff, Remo, Unarmed and Dangerous, being one great fun film that I used to enjoy as a kid, and obviously the legendary role of Earl Bassett in Tremors, in my view, one of the greatest monster movies ever made. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned before my thoughts on monster movies and how I think the best ones are the ones where they if you took the monster out of them, they're still fantastic movies. Jaws being the sort of granddaddy of them all. Lake Placid fits in there as well, and certainly Tremors. You take the graboids out, and you've got a bunch of characters that are so well written and so well portrayed. That you want, you still enjoy watching them anyway. And Fred Ward was a big part of that. And going forward into the sequel, where he came back again as Earl as well. His chemistry with Kevin Bacon in the first one. Who will be sorely missed? I will absolutely be watching Tremors later today and raising a goddamn glass of whiskey to Fred. Pardon my French. So on with this week's news, and sticking with the theme actually of sandworms, is it looks like Christopher Walken has been cast as the Emperor in the Dune sequels. I must admit, I haven't actually read the original Dune. I know, had my geek card in. It's one of those books I've never got around to reading. I keep meaning to do it. I will at some point. So I don't know if he's a good fit. He is obviously, he's fantastic. I love his work. He's very distinctive style. Always brings his A game. So very interested to see what he does, say in the role with the Emperor in Denis Villeneuve's sequel, which we're getting next year, isn't it? Towards the end of the year. A bunch of trailers this week, and the big one, obviously, being Avatar: The Way of Water. I said last episode, I did not get it with Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Like they said, it was going out. But apparently, it's there now. But they have put it out on the internet, and it is what it is. It looks like Avatar. There's not much to say. It's a teaser trailer, so we don't really get any of the story. All we know, I know it's set 14 years after the first one, to be honest, which is pretty much, I think, the length of time that we've actually been. I mean, maybe that's what Cameron is up to. He's filming these things in real time. But yeah, I mean, we get to see Neytiri and Jake and their son. And obviously, we know it's all to do with the oceans of Pandora. We know James Cameron's very into the oceans. And yeah, I mean, it all looks stunning. I've only seen it in 2D, obviously, on YouTube, on my TV. So if you have seen it in 3D, drop something in the comments below. Let us know what your thoughts are. Now, obviously, Avatar's one of those strange ones. I mentioned this before. Biggest grossing film of all time, but it's not really made any impact. Sort of socially, people don't really cosplay as the Na'vi. There isn't much merch. Doesn't seem to be a big fan base. And obviously, if you read comments on the internet, which a lot of the time you probably shouldn't do, but the fanboys a lot saying that this film is not needed and nobody's going to see it. But one statistic, if it means anything, the trailer, 148 million views in the first 24 hours, more than the last Star Wars movies. It's someone out there, is jonesing for this movie. There are fans of the first one. I must admit, I really loved the first one. It's an adventure movie. It's an adventure movie in space by James Cameron with fantastic special effects. So the story's derivative. A lot of films are these days. I still really enjoy it as a fun adventure. It looks beautiful. I'm sure this new one's going to be the same. But yeah, I mean, Sam Worthington's back, Zoe Saldana's back, Giovanni Ribisi is returning, Sigourney Weaver and Stephen Lang are back, even though their characters died in the first film. So obviously it's sci-fi and they can do whatever they want. Joel David Moore is back, joining them new Michelle Yeoh, Kate Winslet, Jermaine Clement. Vin Diesel, I believe, is rumoured to be in it. Whether he's just a voice of a Navi or not, I don't know. But yeah, so that is December the 16th. We will find out if the long wait for Avatar: The Way of Water has been worth it. We also got a new little teaser trailer for Ms. Marvel, which is hitting Disney Plus June the 8th. It doesn't really give us much more plot. It just shows a bit more, sort of reinforces that they've changed their powers from the comics. He's not got sort of the stretchy ability and making the giant fists and punching things. It's much more sort of energy based. I think the same sort of look, but a bit more energy based, a bit more like Captain Marvel, which fits in with the fact she's sort of hero worshipping. Kevin Feige said this week that they had changed their powers just because where they are in the MCU, and it makes perfect sense. She is coming at a time when we know the Fantastic Four is coming as well, and that sort of stretchy power is identical to Reed Richards. Might be a bit confusing for people, so I can absolutely see why they've done that. Say June the 8th, we will be getting Ms. Marvel. Love, Death and Robots, the animated anthology from David Fincher and is it Tim Miller? May the 20th on Netflix, that is. We got a new trailer for that. Looks absolutely fantastic. There's one of them is got a giant crab in it harassing a boat, which I read is the one David Fincher has actually directed. The first one he's directed. There's lots of gorgeous animation. Some of it CG, almost photoreal, some of it 2D, very stylized. Looks like we get a return of the three robots who I think it was it last season? I think it was, when they're going around the apocalypse and all humans are dead and they were cracking jokes and there were lots of cats and it was very funny, and I say some more of that. So yeah, absolutely looking forward to that. I Love, Death and Robots Volume 3, May the 20th. We also got Resident Evil, the latest incarnation of Resident Evil, the TV show, again on Netflix, July the 14th. And what can you say? It's set mostly, look, I think it's in 2036, it says in the trailer. So it's in the future. Raccoon City was rebuilt by looks of it, but now there's been another massive zombie apocalypse. I think it's the grandchildren of Albert Wesker from the games, who are the protagonists. There are lots of zombies. There are, lots of mutated bioweapons. Is it going to be any good? It's hard to say. Probably on, looking at what's come before, in balance, probably not. We've, still waiting for a decent adaptation. This is obviously something different. It might be a fun zombie romp. It doesn't look particularly Resident Evil-ish. It looks more in the lines of the Mila Jovovich movies, which just completely veered away. I mean, even the first one, after the sort of mansion in the first sort of 10 minutes, sort of pretty much veered away from the storyline from the games anyway. So, yeah, I haven't actually seen the last one. Was it Welcome to Raccoon City? Which looked more like it was going to be based on the games, but it didn't get great reviews and not heard good things about that yet. So yeah, Resident Evil, July the 14th. I'll give it a view. Could be some fun, some fun zombie action, sort of turn your brain off type of stuff. Maybe one day we'll actually get a decent adaptation of the game. Who knows? That's about it for this week's news. I've not even had a chance to watch a great deal either. I'm finally going to see Everything Everywhere All at Once, starring Michelle Yeoh, which finally has been released in the UK. So I'll let you know my thoughts on that next week. I mean, obviously it's getting rave reviews. Really looking forward to that. We're only a couple of weeks out now as well from Obi-Wan Kenobi. So we've got that to look forward to, and there'll be the Star Wars celebration in Anaheim at the same time as well. So there should be lots of news coming out of that. I'll bring you all that in a couple of weeks. And Stranger Things season 4 hits then as well. So loads of good geek stuff coming up. So stay tuned to the channel. Subscribe, hit that notifications icon, and you'll know when I put up new videos, usually every week. Until next week, take care and eat geek and be merry.